Hello, and thank you for trusting me to read for you. I'm going to go ahead and read a charm reading and then a 3-card tarot reading about the topic that we see in the charms. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to let you know a few things. First of all, on my YouTube channel, I use a camera that somehow, I believe it's Spirit Guides, zooms in on different parts sometimes. And then when it does zoom in, or if it zooms in, then I'll pull a clarifying card so we can find out more information about whatever it zoomed in on. Then after the charm portion, we'll do the 3-card tarot reading, which will be the past, present, and future of the situation that we see in the charms. I shook the charms and shuffled them before the video just because it's so loud on the video. But I'm going to make it... Oh, look at that. Ooh. We got some stuff that they want to tell you right away. Let's go. Did you see those kind of jump out? I love that stuff. And then also the 10, which is October, is sticking to my finger. So that's important to note. Wow. Let's talk about this. So I'm going to hold this up to the camera so that you can kind of see where things are, how they are on top of each other. I'm going to move the charm box. I noticed that it has a hard time zooming sometimes when the charms are in the back. Let's move the cards too. All right. So just note what you see. I'm going to be looking at every single one of the charms. All right, so I feel like the green truck, we're going to pull a card for the green truck and find out what's going on there. So the word let and the black heart, those are the ones that kind of jumped out at the beginning. Just kind of see if anything sticks out to you. Don't worry, I'll explain them all though. All right, so I'm going to put this back to this position here. And then I'm going to pull a clarifying card. That's what it was. I was like, why did I reach for my tarot cards? Okay, so I'm going to be pulling a clarifying card for the green truck. What kind of clarity do they need about the green truck? All right. Okay. So October is really important. I feel that October is kind of the beginning of the story. I feel that this story started in October of 2020. I feel that there are some things that have been happening and going on that have been stressful for you. I do feel that there is some issue that are coming in with you feeling that people either aren't being honest with you or they are like negative, and you're just kind of like letting them be. You're like, I'm going to let that situation be because I'm going to focus on myself. So the first thing I see is right in the middle, we have the charm that is for the pedestal. And this is like when you're in the Olympics and the first place person wins gold, silver, bronze, like, and it was upright. So you have someone on a pedestal. They're still currently on the pedestal. And you really value this person. You value how they see you. It's very important to you. Then we have this charm here. This is the charm that is for like the maternal figure. Like it may be the mother. It may be like a feminine figure in your life that like took care of you. But I feel that this person, because they were like right next to the lock. I feel that you're not able to really communicate with this person, but there are things that you need to like fix and heal from this, from the connection with that person. I feel that you weren't really able to speak your thoughts and your mind on things. This is the charm for the throat chakra, and it shows up in the reading, but it doesn't really, it's not like central. I don't feel that you have really spoken your truth to a lot of people. I feel that in some ways you're starting to, like, you want to share. I feel that this like journey that started in October, it's kind of one of those like inevitable journeys where you're going on it because it is your destiny. So I feel that there was something that was like totally out of your control in October. So then I feel that around July, this is upcoming. I feel around July, you're really going to run into some issues with hostility for yourself. I feel that you're wanting to heal some things, but you're at odds with yourself. Um, Mainly because you have some animosity towards this person, but you're not able to communicate with this person or fix it, so you're holding it into yourself. You're taking responsibility for somebody else's, all I can hear is like crappy experience. Like you're taking responsibility for something that happened that's not, you had no control over. You couldn't fix it, you couldn't change it. But you're taking responsibility for it, and it's really causing you, parts of you, to be really upset with you because you don't deserve the energy of beating yourself up. Like you're not being very nice to yourself, and that energy is really taking its toll on you. You're basically at this point in an abusive relationship with yourself. I feel like you have received and feel that, which is good, because I feel like this is kind of a cycle that you're going around through. So the next thing says perhaps love. And I feel that being able to know that you were an enemy to yourself, and then you can shift that into love very easily. I feel that, yeah, it's very interesting that the love portion showed up over here. I feel that some of the disconnect with this connection didn't allow you to speak your thoughts and your mind and your heart. And then when you met somebody, you couldn't maintain or sustain the communication because you had more healing to do. But I feel that you're turning a corner. I feel that you are going to, I feel like things are going from bad to good because we have from good. I feel like you are on this cycle to getting your dream, to having the time. I feel like you really have this desire to spend time in a connection with someone who wants to be there all the time with you. I feel that you want to travel with this person. So let's see what this card is that came up with the green truck, since we've made ourselves or made our way around there. This is showing as the Nine of Wands. So the energy of the Nine of Wands is about a test of courage. It's about being persistent. It's about, yeah, so you did let this walk away and you kept going. You're moving. You have decided that you're not going to get back into this type of connection. And it's really helpful to you because we also have this other train that's moving. You're on your way to your dream. I feel that the 3 is really, I feel that the 3 is about 3 people who you are going to be responsible for. Whether that's a child or a niece or nephew or a spouse, like you're going to have 3 people that you are responsible for. And now that you've kind of cleared that out of the way, you're opening yourself up more for this. I also feel that you need to let money into your life. So the way that you're going to be letting it into your life is stop talking about having any kind of lack. So you don't want to use any kind of lack language. Which would be like, I'm so broke I can't pay attention, like for a laugh, like you don't mean it seriously, but at the same time, it's words. So when you think about how almost every religious arena that you could be a part of has some flavor of the idea that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, or, you know, the words that you say matter. So even jokes matter. And I feel that you need to open up and let money come into you. Just checking. I want to see what I'm kind of curious. I don't normally do this, but I'm curious. I want to see, what do they need to talk about? What do they need to talk about? Oh, here we go. You need to talk about. We have the reverse two of wands energies. The reverse two of wands energy are about plans falling apart. It's also about thinking small. So in some instances, when we are not allowed to express ourselves, we don't learn how to think big. So if you're asking a person, can I go to the park? And they're like, no. And you're like, oh, okay. And then they're like, and you're like, can I have a puppy? No. Can I have an ice cream? No. Can I, and so in every time you ask, you're receiving a no. Several messages come in. One, there's the message of, we don't have enough, because if we had enough, they would be able to give or get for me. So we must be really poor. And in some of that was the mentality that was being brought into the situation. But I really feel that it's time for you to think big, dream big. So go on the Tiffany website and see a piece of jewelry you might purchase, or go on the website and look at the best car that you can think of, and then Google or search engine, what is the most expensive car? What car has this features? Don't look at price. You're not actually buying it right now, so you don't have to look at price. What you want to do right now is dream. You want to dream. That's part of your experience. And that's what the cards are saying. In some ways, you're having a hard time getting bigger and better, because it's like you are going to this 5-star restaurant and ordering a hot dog, because you've only ever eaten hot dogs. And so you don't know what caviar tastes like, or what creme brulee is like, or like some of these foods that are a little bit more expensive or luxurious. You don't know. I feel that you haven't experienced luxury. And your spirit guides really want you to take some time and dream. Like, it's okay for you to think really, really big and want really, really big. It's available to you. All right, so then let's go ahead and we're going to do the past, present, future of... I want to focus on the past, present, future of you using your voice. Like, what was it like in the past when you asked for things? What is it like right now? And then what will it be in the future? Let's leave this little guy out even. I'm going to put these in the box. And then we'll shuffle. Look at him standing right there, getting ready to be tough and tall. Sedona scratched my fingertip, and I have a scratch on my fingertip, and it is so weird to shuffle and stuff right now. It was an accident. She was loving on me, and I moved, and she got scared. Just let me shuffle here. So don't forget to take a breath. I feel you holding your breath. There's a little bit of a feeling of dread in your stomach. You're going to want to kind of just like let your stomach out. Like, imagine that you're standing on the beach in your swimsuit and somebody's walking by and you suck in your stomach and then let it all out. There you go. Good job. That feeling that you've been holding in your stomach is dread. Dread is something that is easy to kind of let go, because dread is not happening right now. So let's go. What was it like in the past? And the present. Ooh, okay. They both came up together. The present and the future. All right, so I love these cards. In the past, when you spoke up for yourself, when you spoke your mind, we have the Hanged Unicorn, which is also like the Hanged Man in the Rider-Waite deck. And this is about seeing a different perspective. I feel that in the past, when you spoke for what you wanted, you're very open-minded. And so you were open to what other people wanted to do. You weren't opposed to it, but you didn't really have a desire that was strong enough for you to really want to say, no, 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 we've got to do it this way. This was a huge benefit for you. This opened it up so that you could look at situations objectively, because I feel that you had to choose your words wisely. Like, you had to be very meticulous with what you wanted to say, which is a little bit ironic that I didn't say that right. And, during this time frame when you were speaking up for yourself, you were learning what people thought of you, what people expected of you, and some of those lessons were beneficial and some of them were not. And now it's time for you to go through those things that you believe and those lessons that you heard, and it's time for you to kind of dissect them and say, is this still what I want to live by? So then presently, when you speak your mind, ooh, beautiful. We have the High Priestess. Oh, let's get some. Oh, I didn't really land on one for sure. I have a grid on my computer, and whatever's in the middle is what we pull for. So it landed literally right here. So let's go ahead and see if sometimes they'll do another time on it, but it didn't really land on either one. So currently, when you are speaking your thoughts and your voice, you are totally opened up for your intuition. And the biggest thing is, I feel that currently you're really trusting yourself. You aren't choosing your words wisely anymore, like, having to like pick and choose so someone doesn't get upset, but your words are very wise. So the future of this is showing as the devil. So the energy of the devil is about addiction. It's about a little bit of compulsion. You want to make sure that you are balancing your ability to speak to other people. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of sensations right now. Give me 1 second. I feel like you are really adjusting your throat chakra right now. I feel like you held back a lot. So it's going to feel, as you kind of like talk and open up and release things, you're going to feel a little bit of queasiness sometimes. Right now I'm feeling kind of queasy, and some of that can be because you're shifting your energy. It's kind of like getting your sea legs. So the devil card, when the devil is coming out in this, I feel that what's going to happen is you can get addicted to speaking what you want. And what I mean by that is sometimes we can go through life and we can have things that hurt us early on. And so in order to try and not deal or have that hurt again, we can speak in such a way that we try to like push people back or have things not be um, open. It closes you off. And I feel that with this growth that you're doing here, sometimes okay, as strong people, because I feel that you are a strong person, we can almost become addicted to being very blunt, especially if you're intuitive, and you are. As an intuitive person myself, sometimes even in like relationships, when I'm meeting a new person, I will know that things are okay and that they are a safe person. I've never been in an abusive relationship, and I feel that some of that just comes from trusting me more than the person. And I feel that with this situation, you need to find the balance of blunt and gentleness, blunt and grace. I feel that your early situation made it very easy for you, that when you met a person You were right with what you thought, right? What things meant. You're open-minded, incredibly. That's why the hanged unicorn is here. You're very open-minded. You're very intuitive, but you can get addicted to knowing the answer and not living the experience. So the other thing that's really interesting in tarot, the major arcana is labeled 0 through 21, and it's the cycle of humans. It's like the things that we need to do. But also, when you only have major arcana, it is often seen as the universe is like, this has got the ball rolling. There's really not a lot of change that's going to happen with this. And that's because this is what your soul is looking for. So it's not like you're being forced by anyone to experience this experience, but your soul has decided, and there's parts of you that need to heal this throat chakra, because this is a journey that you're going on. And that means that you're going to come across people who don't necessarily want to hear what you have to say, and you have to be like a football player and have those football pads on and say, oh, okay, I had a guy once that I was hanging out with, and I said something, and he said, just because you say it doesn't make it true. And I thought, well, that feels really weird. I do speak a lot of truth, and I feel that you are the same way. And so make sure that you're kind of using your gifts and your talents, but then also sometimes live life. Live the experience. Don't ask the universe what's going to happen. I don't read for myself. I have so much opportunity with intuition that sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wing this one and see what happens. And I don't even tap into the situation because I want to feel it. And I feel that if you don't tap into the situation and experience it, you're going to become addicted to fast forwarding situations, because that's what's going to kind of happen. You're going to naturally fast forward because your intuition is going to jump in. You're going to say, oh, this isn't it. And then there's going to be a natural draw to not finish the experience because you already know how the end goes. It's kind of like opening a book and not reading the whole thing and just going to the end. Like reading maybe the first like 3 pages and kind of been like, okay, I get the general idea. And then going to the back of the book and being like, oh, the butler did it. And then not even reading the book. And the way that equates with meeting people is you meet them, you really are excited about the experience of them, and then your intuition kicks in and you go to the end of the book. And if you keep doing that, you're going to become addicted to it, and you're not going to have the experiences that your soul needs to experience in order to move on to the next level. So stop fast forwarding experiences. Awesome. It was really great reading for you. And thank you for trusting me to read for you. And I look forward to reading for you again.